think knowledge is a powerful weapon? Here, you'll have plenty of ammo. Explore more than 200 careers at GoArmy.com.
Y'all think too small, I got big dreams. You just starting, I'm way ahead at the end scenes. Started reading and dodging all of the quick schemes. Money like your Spotify, boy, I got 10 streams. And I'm still looking for more. My people, they got a soar, I'm putting that on the Lord. Ain't accepting, ignore, just kicking down all the doors. Guarantee you, boy, if I ask for it, it's gotta be real big. I gotta make it just for my kids, and for their kids, it's kids. That's wealth, years and years. Promise my brother, soon as he out and finished his bid, we finna do it bigger than anybody ever did. The odds is real big, jobs that's real big. Satan trying a little, my God is real big. Stayed up on the grind and the cars is real big. I gotta do it big, the only way that I can live. And I promise I'm trying to. Before you count me out, homie, let me remind you. They was blocking the shine, now I think it's my time to. Counting them dollar signs like lights, they'll blind you. Let me rewind to. Back when I was broke and I couldn't acquire 2 cents. And now I got 2 rents. They was sleeping on me, homie, must have got too big. Call my phone, I be like, who this? Damn right, hell yeah, I'm brand new. Smell like can too. I'm fresh forever like canned food. Try and tell me what I can't do. I wanna see the world, my vision on Shamu. That mean I got goals that's real big, foes that's real big. Y'all offer too little, sorry, my soul is real big. Coming into the ring with blows that's real big. I gotta do it big, that's the only way I can live. Ain't accepting, ignore, just kicking down all the doors. Guarantee you, boy, if I ask for it, it's gotta be real big. I gotta make it just for my kids, and for their kids, it's kids. That's wealth, years and years. Promise my brother, soon as he out and finished his bid, we finna do it bigger than anybody ever did. The odds is real big, jobs that's real big. Satan trying a little, my God is real big. Stayed up on the grind and the cars is real big. I gotta do it big, the only way that I can live.
Are you the one others rally around? Inspire soldiers to follow your lead. Want to forge a better future? Start with the structures that support tomorrow's missions. You believe the best offense is a good defense. We've got a great way to prove that theory. Explore more than 200 careers at GoArmy.com.
Hey man, I just can't find a comfortable headset. I mean, I've tried everything. Literally everything.
Sheesh, my brother. I got you.
The HyperX Cloud 2 Wireless. Legendary comfort goes wireless.
That is comfortable.
Are you the one others rally around? Inspire soldiers to follow your lead. Explore more than 200 careers at GoArmy.com.
Hello and welcome back to the ECAC Esports channel. My name is Visionary One. Alongside me is Orbital, and we had a great time casting that extremely back and forth match. It did end 13-4, of course, in favor of Stevenson, but there were trades all over the place, lots of last men standing, and now we get to move to Pearl, which is a map we, again, haven't really seen much of. Icebox, typically the decider map, just the one that's kind of left over from everything that happens. You know, we see Haven, we see Ascent, and then it's like, oh, Icebox is going to be the decider map. A lot of maps don't seem to get there. A lot of matches don't seem to get there. We get to see Pearl brought out this time, kind of see the comp here, and I'm definitely excited about this in general, just because, again, we just saw a Harbor on Icebox. Are we going to see a Harbor on Pearl?
At this point, I expect to see 2, right? Just go ham, right? Stevenson at this point are testing their limits is the best way to put it, right? Not exactly Ego Wing. Ego Wing would be like, hey, let's run around with shotties only throughout the rest of the series or anything like that. I feel they are definitely pushing the limits of what they can normally do, though. Taking a lot of those peaks, right? Saying, hey, I'm going to try and fight this one. Hopefully I get a kill or 2. It's a bit more proactive and a bit more out of the loop than they would normally do. Of course, though, the main thing that we like to see is Neon on Neon. Thankfully, it is only one Neon. Stevenson pulling out their signatures and having a blast. Swish, though, saying no Harbor this time, saying the KO is more up their alley. So a little bit of a change there, but overall still Stevenson feeling very forward in their approach to this game.
Yeah, certainly. I mean, using a Neon on Pearl, especially to kind of cap off those quick rotates, even though they're starting off on attack, definitely something I like to see just because it's such a large map. We're going to see kind of a default on both sides. Of course, bring that Astra out as well, the Fade. The only thing that we're going to see that's honestly different is the Duelist. We're going to see a Neon, of course, versus a Raze, which I do like Raze on this map just because there's a lot of tight angles that you can clear out with utility, but Neon can do that with their stuns as well. So it's just one of those things where it's just personal preference, and if your name is Neon, you might as well go ahead and run Neon.
Might as well, if you don't at least once in the series. I mean, you're doing your name a disservice, and I feel like you deserve to lose the name, right? Yeah. That's how that works, right? If you're no, not at all. Right now, taking a look though, it is Stevenson on the attack, and this is something that I am very excited to see this time around, right? In game number 1, they were on the defensive side to kick things off, and they had to play to the tempo of Muskingum, right? They had to play to the slow kind of start, playing it all the way down to the last few seconds. I like fast pace. I love the fact that Stevenson picked it up towards the end, and now they get to set things up. They get to say, hey, we're going to play real fast and furious from the start, and we're going to make you be aware of our presence, and I'm very, very excited for that fact. Ooh.
Little lineup action? Ooh. Okay, this is nice. They're going to be patient here all the way. What an angle.
Oh, that's... Rock said no. Rock said I'm out of here.
Not worth, bro. Not worth getting spotted and just behind that little spot there. That's definitely not fun. And just a quick execute. And again, having that Neon almost acts like that secondary controller, right? You have this wall to be able to let you get onto site. You already see Swisham picking off 1. You see the aggression. Swisham getting 2. Okay, man. You need to chill out. You fragged out last game. You're continuing to do it this one. Can't say I'm really surprised. They're already in spawn. Like, they are pushing full through, just taking these fights. Kitten's on flank. This is going to be something else, as everybody kind of aggressing, of course, from that B mid. And it's going to be interesting to see if Neon's able to catch 2 of them if they double swing this.
Oh, they should be able to. Taking a look, Neon tries to take a peek, realizes that they're getting suppressed down, says, hey, I'm not going to peek just yet. Splash around the corner as well, as Muskingum are all lined up. Gets 1 headshot. Neon follows through with 2 more, and it's a flawless pistol, and that was Stevenson saying, okay, no messing around this time. We're not swinging one-on-one. We are showing you the full force of what we can bring.
And it's just so fast. It's so decisive, and really the difference in both these maps so far, right? Of course, this is only map number 1, so I'm not going to sit here and talk like it's a whole big revelation, right? But the decisiveness of Stevenson's attack versus, you know, the kind of calm measured approach that Muskingum has, and on a map that takes so long to rotate, takes that 30-40 seconds, it's just going to be more and more difficult to be able to kind of stifle that presence whenever it's there. As, of course, this is going to be a good haunt out of A main. It's going to be instantly taken down, but that'll at least give you some information that there are a push towards A main. And look at this. They are just running it down A main, and nobody is currently on site.
This is something that I truly appreciate about good teams, whether in collegiate, amateur, anywhere else, right? Recognizing when a team is a little bit weaker or a little bit more passive, I should say, right? Yes, the guns are not in their advantage, but that's the point, right? You know they're working with shorthand weapons, so you go ahead and take those fights. This is appropriate. This is the way to do it. I love seeing Stevenson play this one out. Again, a blind goes out, and Muskingum immediately try and flank back, but Splash is able to swap to the secondary, and it's another flawless out. Stevenson starting things off perfectly. And again, it goes back to the fact that I like that they have identified, hey, we have the advantage, we will push our advantage, and that's not stopping anytime soon.
Well, it's not only that currently, right? It's the tone that they're setting right now is like, hey, we can find man and get in for free, and what are you going to do about it? Like, they are literally just putting so much pressure on Muskingum, and we're seeing, of course, we're going to see a little bit more presence on A site here, as 2 are going to be in that art area, and of course, Ash are going to be on the site of A. Looks like another A hit, which makes sense, right? B has those long angles. You know they have full rifles. You don't really want to go Spectre against rifle in that scenario. So they're going to go ahead, attack the short angles here with, of course, the Spectres that they were able to carry over from last round, and it was... What a lineup right there. Godflesh coming in, doesn't find anyone though. Kitten's gonna get 1. Dash holding on strong, but gonna get spotted, of course, by the Prowler. Oath's gonna find another on the backside, and it's already gonna be a disaster piece. I mean, it is their bonus, don't get me wrong, but Muskingum answering the aggression quickly and concisely.
And I think that's the appropriate answer, right? Muskingum adjusting accordingly. This was not just them saying, okay, we have the guns, we can take the fight. It's, we know you're going to try and push very quickly. So I like that fact that happened. Splash is about to get crossfired and not enjoy that fact. Might be able to get one on the side, but shot in the back, right? A little bit of a swing. Sweesh is able to find Kitten on the far side here, but B side completely locked down here. Sweesh. Oh, wow. I didn't even realize that Sweesh was able to actually get the plant. Also, extra money to them. Wired up, though, finishes it off. And Stevenson fall in round 3 to the bonus. It's going to be a full gun round, hopefully. I think the first one that we're actually going to see in terms of that 4th round, everyone being able to buy up here.
I think Muskingum might be on one Spectre here unless they can buy their teammate. If they decide to buy, of course, Rock. We're going to see if they can buy out Kitten here just with kind of the money that's left over, 3,100. They are, in fact, going to do it. So we are going to see a full buy on both sides. Definitely love to see that because we didn't see that in round 4 or in round 5 or anything in between rounds. Basically 1 in 12 last map with how many trades were going down.
Game 1 was its own masterpiece. We'll put it that way.
It certainly was. And so we're going to see Fast actually with that operator committing to the offensive op. Now, I know some people don't particularly enjoy opping on offense just because it tends to slow down your team a bit, but I mean, when you have a chamber and you have that ability as Rock, just going to play this super aggressively and get out. And I mean, Neon already down to 57 health, and that kind of takes away their plant ability because Neon really has to push first and use that wall and commit to the site. And there's that double swing potential again coming out from chamber and the Rays that's going to allow them just to kind of stifle the push just a little bit. So a lot more calm collective from Stevenson here.
And again, this is a team that we said knows how to play just about every which way, right? Picking up Pearl here, saying, hey, we got to practice it. We got to get it in our wheelhouse. Or saying, hey, we want it to be fully functional by the time playoffs comes around. I like it, right? Being able to play both fast and slow. It's the fact that they are able to mix it up at the appropriate times, right? I will always say this. Teams that do not play the same tempo every single round, they are the ones that excel the most. Playing it slow means that Muskingum have to be a little bit more wary and peek a little bit more, and Stevenson are able to locate that and work their way perfectly. Sweesh in Fast, grab another 2. Sweesh is going to find one around the corner, says, hey, you are suppressed. Devant takes out Oath, but Oath takes one before falling, and it's down to a 1v4. Stevenson played this one nigh perfectly.
Yep.
Oh, well, you know, I'll put my shoe right in my mouth then, right there. Okay, thank you.
I mean, EK doing a good job right there, you know, just being patient and waiting out, knowing that there's still presence on B, and this is just going to be a full save, and Neon's just going to go for the kill here at 57 health with the spike down, is going to be able to buy next round because they were all around 5K starting out this round, so we're going to see. They're going to kind of lurk behind it, and unfortunately not going to be heard, so either that or, of course, Muskingum just deciding to prioritize the rifle over everything, which makes a lot of sense as well. As EK just kind of sitting back here, chilling. Nobody's going to push him. We're going to see the round in here. It is going to be 3-1. We got to see the round number 4 with the full buys everywhere, and it is going to go in the favor of Stevenson, who go up 3-1. But an initial split so far, Orbital. Pearl has been generally attacker-sided, so I'm not exactly surprised to see this so far. It just really comes down to if we can see Muskingum continue to adapt because Stevenson switched up the pace so much on that round.
Yep. I love it, right? And this is what I wanted to see out of Stevenson. A lot of respect handed to Muskingum, which I think is appropriate, right? We saw how close the rounds were before. But say, no, you're not the one with the baton. We are. And we're seeing it here. Sweesh, of course, stepping up once again with 5 kills. Has that null command and splash on the back end. Has that nightfall. Both these ultimates are able to clear out a lot of space. But Neon chasing forward, getting a quick tag down. Neon doing Neon things, right? This is appropriate. Chasing forward, getting a plant down even. Now this is a little bit ballsy. Said, hey, I'm going to plant right in front of your face, and you're not going to be able to do anything about it. Pushing that tempo right up to Accelerando.
I mean, that is crazy, just getting there that quick, of course. And now we're in a 5v5 retake scenario. And of course, everybody right now from Muskingum just kind of trapped in the back. We're gonna see what they can do. Okay, so we're gonna get the counter null command right there to kind of disable some ability. Oath with a flashbang. That's gonna be a good flash. Gonna find one right here. Vulnerable as well. Gonna find 2. It's a phenomenal job right there by Oath to find those 2. EK with the spike tap. Knows that they have that long angle set down. He's gonna find one fast with the trade. Neon here just trying to do anything.
Oh!
What?
That was disgusting. Takes a shot. Can you catch him? You try to shoot the arm and it doesn't work either way. Are you kidding me, Neon? That was a massive save. And that was before the second half of the spike defuse too. Holy crap, what the heck?
How do you get him before he gets at half? Neon just goes in and says, I don't care, I have one job, and it's to remove the person who is defusing the spike currently, and is able to pull it off. Of course, now they have the Neon ultimate as well. This is just the coordination and just the randomness of what Stevenson is able to pull off. And I'm not going to take anything away from them because it's really not random. It just pops out of nowhere and it surprises us and catches us off guard. So it comes down to being one of those things. And just the ability to just kind of clutch up. There's no other way to put it. They got ice.
It's what happens when you are confident in your team, right? I think that's what it boils down to. The fact is, when the plant went down, it was a confident plant. The retake by Muskingum looked great. They did not account for the fact that Neon was going to say, we had that possibility. We know that we can fight this, and decided to hard push, right? It was a gamble play. It was a gamble. Let's not take away from that fact. That should not have worked in any other scenario. But Neon made it work. It's because you decided to take that dive, decided to take that move, and you are granted a win. The bounty was enormous, and Muskingum now had to deal with that fact. Now it's a hard chase as Muskingum are even pushing in on their own and are able to swing one, but Devon is able to spray down one more on the back as Neon flushes out another.
Rock going to do a good job of finding Neon on the backside. Obviously, this is going to be a plant, but two obviously on the flank. We're going to see if Splash can be able to catch them or if they're just going to fall back to site and play with their team. Which I think is honestly the better option here. Is EK going to pick up a stinger? We're going to see Rock, of course, pick up the operator that was dropped. So this is going to be interesting to see what kind of pulls out. EK is going to be the only one that's spotted by this, and Devon just going to be sitting here. Oh, don't tell me you have the gravity well just sitting there waiting to bring him back in.
Oh.
No, it's going to be EK being able to get him through the smoke. Just a timing diff right there. Now it's a 2v2. I mean, the retake going to be difficult with the operator. They might just be opting to save it as Splash comes back to try to support site.
Oh, well, you hear a runner. It's a quick fake defuse. You're going to peek, but you don't check as well as you would like. So it's at least one more. EK knows it's kind of over, so why not? Get at least an orb, I think, in their pocket. So that was nice to have, but very well done. Again, Stevenson getting the win, but Muskingum still making it close, right? One member alive on the other side.
Yeah, and an operator found for free, so that's going to be huge as well. Of course, Rock being able to pick that up as Chamber. We've seen him be aggressive on that B-long. We're actually going to see him. Oh, you devil. No, he is going to go back to B-long. And we're going to have some operator on operator, some chamber on chamber violence possibly going down, of course, on this B-long angle, but it's going to look like Fast is going to be lurking mid towards Art to try to pick somebody off, and there is two stacked there. We might see an early aggression coming here from Fast.
Why do teams decide to do this? That is my question to you, Vish. Why does this happen, Visionary? This is going to be mean. Right now, taking a look here, Muskingum lining up with two, and as you said, Spike is down there over by B Club, and it's just a slow one. We hear the operator correctly. All right, it started. It started. I love this so much. Oh, Rock decided no, they didn't want to play.
I mean, getting stunned with an operator is not fun because you move at like -2 miles an hour, and Neon is just going to find a pick. The Cosmic Divide just throws him off enough, right? Enough plausible deniability to be able to be like, hey, guess what? We're going to plant A, we're going to run this down, and then, oh, wait, we've already planted B. The Cosmic Divide goes away, and Splash is just lurking here. Oh, my. It's a beautiful execution right there by Stevenson. They really sold the fake well.
So well done. So well done. And again, Stevenson are floating between one of two ways, right? One is the individuals stepping up and really giving us a great show. The second is impeccable team coordination. And yes, it's kind of one or the other. At this point, though, I can only assume that they can easily do a mesh of both, right? A mesh of the fast, coordinated push that allows them to clear out the entire... I mean, they're sitting on 6-1, right? They dropped a single round, which was the bonus round, which is an expected round drop. Outside of that, they've had almost no trouble clearing this out. Now giving themselves another round against a save on Muskingum. Stevenson are in perfect condition. This is a team that is not letting up at all, even though they have a superior winning record.
Yeah, and I mean, it always seems close, but it's just never any cigar for Muskingum right now. And we still have Neon I mean, Neon has had the overdrive, and I mean that in both ways, the player and the agent. Has had the overdrive for like 3.5 rounds now. Hasn't decided to use it yet. I really want to see that overdrive used and just go in and try to blitz the site, but we're going to see another change of pace right here coming up from Stevenson. We're going to see the Nightfall actually coming up potentially towards that art, and that would be very interesting. Unfortunately, I think one was hurt, the Astras. Neon's going to find one, of course, pushing through mid. That is just dangerous. Oh my God, movement.
That I hate the fact that that worked. Neon is making everyone look silly right now. That was the rudest sweep I've seen, and then just taking out Kitten. EK is gonna fall down to 2 left, and yeah, I'm really sorry, Oath. You're not gonna enjoy what happens next. Yeah, that's a 3K. Neon looking for a 4th and is able to catch it. A flawless on the save. Very well done. Stevenson feeling on perfect control. And again, Neon just playing super aggressive this time around. It's 12 kills, right? 12, 3, and 1. Swish last time was the big kind of carry, the one to step up and gather a lot of rounds that we did not assume they were going to be able to make. Neon is saying, hey, I am the star, right? I am one of those star players for the team, and I'm going to have my moment in the spotlight. This is why you have to be worried about this player.
And not only that, I mean, just the ability to bring out a Neon on a pro comp that work, right? Like, this isn't something that we typically see, as Neon just doesn't care about anything. Just like, I mean, if these kids listen to Blink-182, obviously older band, I'm kind of showing my age here. Just pushing with a reckless abandon, just not really caring. They are going to spam the wall, but somehow Neon makes it through. Are you kidding me right now? How does Neon make it out alive? And of course, just sitting here on backside B, and they're going to clear this out wholeheartedly. And it's just going to be another fight once again towards this B site. We've seen it so many times, and it's about to happen again.
Fact of the matter is, Muskingum were able to delay that plan, but Swisham just says, hey, Rock, you ain't gonna have that chance. EK sending out the showstopper and saying, hey, give us a chance, but Oath was able to take Swisham before that could occur. And Fast is now gonna dance forward, so Wired Up gonna try and help out the rest of the team. Down to a 4v4. This is better than most rounds for Muskingum. Can they hold up here? Wired Up sends out a little bit of a prowler. Can they find anyone? Says no. No worries so far. I'm still not going down. 35 seconds as EK and Oath go ahead and swing on 2. Fast on the trigger, though. Gets a second down to a 2v2, and Neon swings again. Crossfire lands him in a 2v1. Muskingum Kitten goes, what the heck?
You had the Nightfall, and you saw, of course, Wired Up kind of just hovering it, right? And he just ends up not doing it. The gravity well is going to vulnerable Fast, but unfortunately not going to be peaked in time to get it now. It's just the waiting game of who's going to catch the timing and who isn't. Like, going to get smoked off. Fast is found, but Fast going to push out of the smoke fast enough. That Nebula with that hollowness going to be able to find just in time. And Stevenson going to take another round. It is 8-1, and another 1v2 situation just doesn't go Muskingum's way.
There are some points where I'm like, Muskingum should have this round, right? Even though I know Stevenson's gonna come out with the win at the end just because of their gun skills. It's like Stevenson are playing with fire constantly over and over again, and I'm loving it, right? 7-1 is the score, or 8-1, I should say. Wow, I took a round away from them. They are now pushing on this A site once again, just like, hey, let's have some fun here. We're not too worried. Neon waiting on the back end, saying, I'm not going to be the one to push, waits for the ore to be picked up, and is now going to chase forward Fast, ready to go with a little bit of a teleportation. Swisham going to enter in, realize no one's there, and Muskingum go, guys, we need some help here.
Yeah, Muskingum was just like, yeah, we're going to play offsite and play a full retake, but, oh, and Rock going to be able to find Neon on the backside. That's a great opening pick on this retake. It's definitely vital to get Neon out of your spawn because they've been causing havoc back there. It's going to be a close peek here as well. Kitten's going to be found, so is EK, as we're watching this, just honestly, this retake kind of unfold from multiple angles. I love what we're seeing right now, and the push coming out. Of course, it's a half save round coming up from Stevenson as well, and Fast going to find one, looking for 2, Wired Up with the Stinger, going to find one.
Standing.
Oh, and Devon gets a beautiful headshot, swings it on a second. And this feels like Stevenson are just, this is almost their map to fully take over right now, right? They are cleaning house. And the fact that Neon is currently at 13-4-1, tying Oath and EK in terms of kills combined, Neon's having a blast, right? And honestly, I can sit here and say, I don't really see a way that you can actually deal with Stevenson, right? This is a team that feels like they have every single angle, every single weakness covered on their own, right? Someone falls, someone else is ready to step up, right? Neon falls, Fast and Sweet are there. Devont and the rest of the squad are ready to show up. This team feels like they are the absolute juggernauts, this perfect super team that is being built in this collegiate squad. It's ridiculous.
It is, and it's just the ability to trust each other enough to use the utility optimally at the same time, and it's really working out for them well right now, as this is just dangerous by Rock, of course, trying to play in that nebula, just trying to catch one off guard. We are going to see the boombot go out. I wonder if they're going to catch the angle, and I don't think that's the way they wanted that one to go, unfortunately, is it's just lurking B right now. They're just waiting for that opening pick as you see as you see Neon just creeping forward. Actually, we see Neon with an operator now, so this is a bit of a new look, obviously hanging back just a little bit more, but probably going to try to open a pick with that as well, knowing that they can get out quickly, and it's going to be a rotate off the back of this, which is going to be interesting because there is a nasty crossfire set up by Stevenson right now.
If they don't fall to this, Stevenson are invincible. If they don't, oh my gosh, no. No, Fast. Oh my gosh. Okay. So the crossfire was there, right? The crossfire was there, but it's not going to be in their favor. Rock is able to find a Splash, who was the lurker back on B, left. But the hard rush coming out at 30 seconds left is going to make it quite difficult. And that is the one downside to actually deciding to rotate that late into the game. It does take a little bit more time on Pearl than, say, on Haven, right? To rotate all the way from B to A, at least the long way, right? They're still able to make it. Plenty of time left to go. A little bit of a paint shell goes out. Should tag the back end of Devont. Yep, a little bit of damage on the back foot. And going to anger a god that you did not want to. Fast is going to snap up 2 and make it an ace. Fast to put themselves on double digits. Claims all the lives as Muskingum.
How did he find all those angles is my question. That was a 3-pronged attack, right? It was basically a trident of people coming at him, and he's just like, no, I'm gonna flick on you. And I just, again, we've spoken about this so much about Muskingum, right? But you have to trust your teammates to be able to come through the ability at the right time. You have to coordinate pushes, even if it's a simple countdown, 3, 2, 1. Hey, let's get one person off of this point. They're just not able to really get it. Obviously, it was a 3-on-3 retake, so you have to take a 1v1 eventually. Unfortunately, it just doesn't work out at all, as that Nebula is actually gonna block off.
I got spiked.
Bro, check his PC. Are you kidding me?
We've called this, and at this point we just assume that they've gone through some hellish practice to get this good. Like, this is out of this world right now. A little bit of a song and dance here, as it is going to be a chase through the Cosmic Divide. I want to say this is the first time we're actually seeing it be used like this. Stevenson has just been so impressive, and Devont is going to get a sweep out in that corner. Swings on 2 more. The transfer is just too dang good. And you're left with 1, right? One lonely player that is going to meet their demise here. Devont picks up a 4K of their own. It's multi-kills. It's multi-kills for literally everyone. What in the world?
And we finally see the overdrive, and it's after the last round is over. So Neon not even feeling the need to use their ult an entire round. So we're there. It's currently 11-1. This one a little bit more light-sided than the Icebox was. We saw a little bit more dominance by Muskingum, at least in their ability to trade, you know, on the offensive end and get some plants down. On the defensive end there, they were just kind of under wraps that entire time. It's really going to be integral. You got to win this pistol, right? I mean, that's it. Because if not, it's 2-0 for Stevenson.
Yep. This is... And I mean, the way that you can look back on this, it's hard to look at it from Muskingum's point of view, but a thing that you should be able to go back and say, it's not one player having that stellar all-star performance. It's just good gameplay from Stevenson, right? So for Muskingum, you can go back and kind of take a look and maybe try and steal a little bit of their macro game, right? Yes, you do have to maybe go back to aim labs, maybe practice on their own, but it's a good time to say, okay, how do they rotate? How do they execute some of this aggressive play over on BNA when they were on the attack, right? Little things can be picked up, so I'm really hoping Muskingum don't go away from this, you know, kind of heavy-hearted or anything. I want to see them be able to claim back and say, hey, we can play this one out. Right now, Pistol, though, falling in the favor of Stevenson. Huge clean out here as Muskingum are able to fight back. 2v3 now, a little bit of wired up, wired out, and through the box to get another. 3 left alive for Stevenson.
And we're going to see the full forces on both sides here as it is match point. And I mean, you're right. And Muskingum can just take, you know, a page or two out of the book here of Stevenson. Just learn how to combo utility and just communicate a little bit more effectively. Because I think that's really the difference. Because Muskingum has really done a good job of getting trades this entire match, right? They are not playing alone. They're always double swinging. That communication is there for the most part. It's just we're not seeing the swings in combination with utility like Stevenson is currently bringing. So you're right. You know, you go back to the VOD, you live, you learn. Stevenson is 6-0 for a reason. They're really flexing their muscles here a bit, especially on Pearl. But I mean, at the end of the day, that's all you can do, right? Because it's only truly a loss if you don't take anything from it.
Go, go, go.
I'm very, very curious to see, because Muskingum, as we said before, have had some moments where they feel a little bit up in the air, where they feel like they're almost on par. Just not this time, right? Huge crushing blow, as that is the cleanup, 13-1. As Stevenson go ahead and finish off their 7-0 streak. They are cleaning house here in the ECAC.
Yeah, I mean, you gotta feel pretty good, right? I mean, you're in week 7. You have 7 wins notched on the board. Of course, Muskingum is going to fall to 3-4 on the season, so definitely still salvageable. Definitely can still make playoffs and make some noise. Just running up into a juggernaut like Stevenson looks like right now, it's just one of those things to where, hey, it was just a bit of a not team diff. It was just utility is different, the communication a little bit different. They were really able to swing it out and be super aggressive to their advantage, right? They trusted their aim, and it worked out pretty well.
Visionary, I do believe that is what they call a team diff. I do believe that is what's called a team diff. But it's not so much that you failed and you made mistakes. I think that's a very large distinction that has to be made, right? There's a very big difference between we made mistakes and we had some issues that the opponent was able to utilize and create an opening for themselves, right? There's a very big difference between we made mistakes and the other team just played much better. There are forced errors and unforced errors, and I feel that Muskingum were caught in the unforced errors. This was literally Stevenson just outplaying, playing very much to their own tempo, made sure to understand the corners and all the angles. And as you said, utility was on point, guns were on point, the rushes, the executes, everything was on point, that you really just had to kind of sit there in awe. So no flame over the side of Muskingum. Just go back to the drawing board, try and figure out what to do next. Maybe incorporate that harbor into your own style, or find that optimal pick that can give you a little bit of an edge as well.
Yeah, for sure. And I mean, it might just be, you know, integrating somebody into their gameplay with an agent that they haven't used before. Like that harbor pick, it looked extremely strong on Icebox. I'm looking forward to see if we see more teams kind of pick that up, as Icebox does seem to be picked a lot in college Valorant. But of course, we could talk about this all day, but why don't we talk about it with the Stevenson player, of course, so we can get their viewpoint in, and you don't just have to listen to the talking heads who are probably platinum diamond at best. So we're going to go ahead and toss it to a break. And right after this, we're going to be back with an interview, of course, with a member of Stevenson who just won the map 2-0, of course, over Muskingum.
Good choice. And could you make it a Cloud 2 wireless?
On his way, sir.
Sounds amazing.
The HyperX Cloud 2 Wireless. Legendary comfort goes wireless.
Skip entry level. Decide to lead as an Army officer.
What will you like today? Another Cloud 2 classic?
I'll stick with the usual. Maybe take a little bit off the sides.
Oh, that's fresh.
The HyperX Cloud 2 Wireless. Legendary comfort goes wireless.
Hey, watch your head.
You think knowledge is a powerful weapon? Here, you'll have plenty of ammo. Look to science to solve problems? Wield a microscope to confront global threats. You sometimes dream in code? Become a cyber attacker's worst nightmare. Explore more than 200 careers at GoArmy.com.
What do you expect from that first job out of college? Working your way up from the bottom? Instead, how does this sound? Starting in a guaranteed leadership position. with people who look to you for guidance because you're trained to give it, and make important decisions in critical situations. Skip entry level. Decide to lead as an Army officer. Becoming a leader is a choice not everyone wants to make. Because all eyes are on you. Calling the shots. Inspiring others to follow. In any environment, at any scale. It's not for everyone, but if you want to learn to make big decisions, start with this one. Decide to lead as an Army officer.
You think knowledge is a powerful weapon? Here, you'll have plenty of ammo. Explore more than 200 careers at GoArmy.com.
Y'all think too small, I got big dreams. You just starting, I'm way ahead at the end scenes. Started reading and dodging all of the quick schemes. Money like your Spotify, boy, I got 10 streams. And I'm still looking for more. My people, they got a soar, I'm putting that on the Lord. Ain't accepting, ignore, just kicking down all the doors. Guarantee you, boy, if I ask for it, it's gotta be real big. I gotta make it just for my kids and for their kids' kids. That's wealth years and years. Promise my brother soon as he out and finish this bid, we finna do it bigger than anybody ever did. The odds is real big, jobs that's real big. Satan trying a little, my God is real big. Stayed up on the ground on the cars is real big. I gotta do it big, the only way that I can live. And I promise I'm trying to. Before you count me out, homie, let me remind you. They was blocking the shine, now I think it's my time to. Counting them dollar signs like lights, they'll blind you. Let me rewind to back when I was broke and I couldn't acquire 2 cents. And now I got 2 rents. They was sleeping on me, homie, must have got too big. Call my phone, I be like, who this? Damn right, hell yeah, I'm brand new. Smell like can too. I'm fresh forever like canned food. Try and tell me what I can't do. I wanna see the world, my vision on Shamu. That mean I got goals that's real big, foes that's real big. Y'all offer too little, sorry, my soul is real big. Coming into the ring with blows that's real big. I gotta do it big, that's the only way I can live. Ain't accepting, ignore, just kicking down all the doors. Guarantee you, boy, if I ask for it, it's gotta be real big. I gotta make it just for my kids and for their kids' kids. That's wealth years and years. Promise my brother soon as he out and finish this bid, we finna do it bigger than anybody ever did. The odds is real big, jobs that's real big. Satan trying a little, my God is real big. Stayed up on the ground on the cars is real big. I gotta do it big, the only way that I can live.
Are you the one others rally around? Inspire soldiers to follow your lead. Want to forge a better future? Start with the structures that support tomorrow's missions. You believe the best offense is a good defense. We've got a great way to prove that theory. Explore more than 200 careers at GoArmy.com.
Hey man, I just can't find a comfortable headset. I mean, I've tried everything. Literally everything.
Sheesh, my brother. I got you.
The HyperX Cloud 2 Wireless. Legendary comfort goes wireless.
That is comfortable.
Are you the one others rally around? Inspire soldiers to follow your lead. Explore more than 200 careers at GoArmy.com.
We all got a thing that gets us out of bed or keeps us out of it. The thing we live to do, that we do for nothing at all. But don't do it for nothing. Take it to where it means everything. Becoming a leader is a choice. So if you want to learn to make big decisions, start with this one. Decide to lead.
What sound experience would you like today?
I'll have the fantasy pack.
Good choice.
And could you make it a Cloud 2 wireless?
On his way, sir.
Sounds amazing.
The HyperX Cloud 2 Wireless. Legendary comfort goes wireless.
Skip entry level. Decide to lead as an Army officer.
What will you like today? Another Cloud 2 classic?
I'll stick with the usual. Maybe take a little bit off the sides.
Oh, that's fresh.
The HyperX Cloud 2 Wireless. Legendary comfort goes wireless.
Hey, watch your head.
You think knowledge is a powerful weapon? Here, you'll have plenty of ammo. Look to science to solve problems? Wield a microscope to confront global threats. You sometimes dream in code? Become a cyber attacker's worst nightmare. Explore more than 200 careers at GoArmy.com.
What do you expect from that first job out of college? Working your way up from the bottom? Instead, how does this sound? Starting in a guaranteed leadership position with people who look to you for guidance because you're trained to give it and make important decisions in critical situations. Skip entry level. Decide to lead as an Army officer. Becoming a leader is a choice not everyone wants to make. Because all eyes are on you. Calling the shots. Inspiring others to follow. In any environment. At any scale. It's not for everyone. But if you want to learn to make big decisions, start with this one. Decide to lead as an Army officer.
You think knowledge is a powerful weapon? Here, you'll have plenty of ammo. Explore more than 200 careers at GoArmy.com.
Y'all think too small, I got big dreams. You just starting, I'm way ahead at the end scenes. Started reading and dodging all of the quick schemes. Money like your Spotify, boy, I got 10 streams. And I'm still looking for more. My people, they got a soar, I'm putting that on the Lord. Ain't accepting, ignore, just kicking down all the doors. Guarantee you, boy, if I ask for it, it's gotta be real big. I gotta make it just for my kids and for their kids' kids. That's wealth years and years. Promise my brother soon as he out and finish this bid, we finna do it bigger than anybody ever did. The odds is real big, jobs that's real big. Satan trying a little, my God is real big. Stayed up on the ground and the cars is real big. I gotta do it big, the only way that I can live. And I promise I'm trying to. Before you count me out, homie, let me remind you. They was blocking the shine, now I think it's my time to. Counting them dollar signs like lights, they'll blind you. Let me rewind to back when I was broke and I couldn't acquire 2 cents. And now I got 2 rents. They was sleeping on me, homie, must have got too big. Call my phone, I be like, who this? Damn right, hell yeah, I'm brand new. Smell like can too. I'm fresh forever like canned food. Try and tell me what I can't do. I wanna see the world, my vision on Shamu. That mean I got goals that's real big, foes that's real big. Your offer too little, sorry, my soul is real big. Coming into the ring with blows that's real big. I gotta do it big, that's the only way I can live.
Hello and welcome back to week 7 of ECAC Esports. My name is Visionary1, and alongside me for this matchup, of course, has been Orbital. And, we talked a lot about breaking down kind of the rounds, everything, all the havoc that we saw in map number 1 with Icebox, and then kind of the calculated aggression that we saw out of Stevenson in map number 2 on Pearl. But now we don't have to talk about it. We get to talk about it with somebody. So we're happy to bring in Shweesh, of course, who played Harbor on map number 1. And I'm just going to have to start out right out of the gate, my man. You brought out the Harbor. What caused that? Were you kind of just planning on experimenting? Because obviously y'all don't go to a lot of map 3, so Icebox probably isn't in the rotation too often. Or is it something y'all have been drilling?
It's something that we decided to experiment with. Icebox has been a long time permaban for us, so we decided to introduce that into our map pool. And with the introduction of Harbor, he kind of is allowed to be a substitution for Sage. And we found that having double walls makes retakes a lot easier.
I mean, we can definitely understand that. Being able to incorporate it so quickly as well is very, very impressive, and it seems to merge very well with your team's playstyle. We saw from game 1, and then even more so in game number 2 on Pearl. You guys seem to just sit there and go ham. That was about it, right? Like, it felt like you guys were saying, hey, we only have one way to go, and that is always forward. Is that your game plan all the time? Because, I mean, we saw you last time. I think you were on stream a couple of weeks ago. Is that your staple? Is that something that you guys have practiced, or is that just the team in general? Just like, we don't want to play lax. We just want to play in your face all the time.
Oh, yeah. We definitely have a lot of confidence going into games, and I always try to motivate my guys and say, take fights. Like, we are going to bully these guys until, we can make them, basically have to play a certain way. And I feel like our aggression and our fast pace really makes teams uncomfortable, and they can't do the setups that they probably want to do. So yeah, definitely is on purpose.
All right. Well, now my last question, though, with that aggression comes some highlight moments all the way around. It seemed like you and Neon were kind of battling for that all-star spot from games 1 and 2. What were the thoughts going back and forth? I mean, we had an ace at one point. We had a 4K back and forth. I mean, were you two just trying to outdo each other? What were the comms kind of like right there?
The comms, honestly, are just Neon go kill. But really, it was just, I give him a lot of freedom. He's our duelist, so I want to make sure that, he's comfortable, he's feeling confident. I allow him to make a lot of his own decisions. And really, it was just a day of, everyone is kind of on one. So it made it pretty nice.
It certainly looked like all of y'all were on one. And of course, everybody knows the beautiful copy pasta where, you become the best IGL in the world when you tell, just your main duelist to just go kill. Like, it's just how it works, just, hey, Neon go kill. I'm the number one IGL, of course, in all of the land, just because, Neon is here and available. It's like, hey, FNS, yeah, go kill. You're good. So definitely love seeing that, and that love being thrown to your teammates, of course. Yeah, totally tactical, bro. But going to go ahead and let you kind of shout it out. Of course, your team performed phenomenally today. Everybody did their job extremely well. Your executes were tight and coordinated, and we definitely love seeing that kind of gameplay here. So I'm just going to throw it to you. Any shout outs to mom, dad, maybe watching at home, or anything along those lines with your team? Anybody in particular you got to shout out?
Yeah, shout out to the boys in Bogota, repping New Jersey, and shout out to Coach Jordan Sheets, really giving us a lot of material of VODs, a lot of anti-shredding. Love our coach. And a shout out to Sami. He's our own personal streamer. So really just awesome work from my team. Everyone put in the work, and excited to go into playoffs of ECAC.
That is definitely something we love to hear. Of course, only 1 week left on that ECAC season, so I have to, of course, Shweesh, thank you so much for joining us tonight. We're going to let you go and enjoy that win. I'm going to bring it back to the 2-stack and Orbital. I got to get your final thoughts on what we've seen today, of course, because, I mean, Icebox was close without the scoreline being close, and then we got to see, of course, Pearl, and, a map that's not really picked, and maybe it just didn't go in the favor of the team against Stevenson. So I just want to get your final thoughts on what we saw today. We can go ahead and wrap this bad boy up with a bow.
That's a tough question to ask, right? This week, even talking to Sweesh a little bit, it was the fact that they just felt on point, right? And if that's just them on point, right, it's terrifying to think when they actually are putting in, you know, a routine, you know, 120% when they really had to buckle down, right? And it's not anything against the rest of the teams. It's the fact that they have another level, it sounds like, right? It sounds like there's another level above this that they can pull out. The fact that this was, you know, felt like a little test here and there. I'm very interested to see if they'll be able to actually carry this into playoffs, right? A lot of teams, they can show a great amount of progress and a lot of skill in the regular season, but when it comes to playoffs, right? All that regular season now is the window. So even though they're this strong, I want to see them continue it up to week 8, as well as the fact is I want to see them once they hit playoffs, you know, as soon as that first round comes by, I want to see them do it again. I want to see Neon pop off. I want to see Sweetsham pop off. I want to see everyone pop off. I want to see an amazing series from them. And to show that, hey, it's not just regular season. It's not just when nothing's on the line. It's anytime we play, we are a team that you have to fear.
It certainly is one of those things, but we also have to remember that there was like a 19 seed and a 32 seed that made the round of 8 the last time in ECAC conference for Valorant. Like last semester, there were some dark horses that were able to make runs. So you're exactly right. Is when all the chips are on the table, you have to be able to step up and show why you deserve that seed in the first place. And I think Stevenson, with their utility combos and just their general aim sense, is definitely going to be able to at least hold their own versus the teams they're going to be facing in the early rounds. Of course, as it gets deeper, things become a little bit more of a coin flip. But obviously, I mean, 2-0 tonight. Schweesh was wonderful. Great guest coming on, kind of throwing out the harbor strat. You know, love to see that insight as well, especially on Icebox, because it seems like it worked out pretty well for them. But from everyone here at ECAC, of course, got to give a shout out to Zach in the background producing. And of course, Cool Scoots with those beautiful camera angles, especially that one on Pearl that we got to see the whole retake happening just from the free cam. That was beautiful camera work. Definitely love everybody here. And the chance to really put these collegiate kids on the big stage, get the games cast, and have the ability to play, you know, for something in general. So shout out to everybody involved with this, of course. Orbital, I'm going to give you some final words and we can go ahead and wrap this thing up.
No, it's been a fantastic time. Again, as the season winds down, we get to see even more intense action. So I think it was a great time. Hopefully everyone enjoyed this show, and hopefully you did as well. I mean, it was a blast casting with you, Visionary.
It certainly was. So for here, ECAC, we're going to be checking out. Obviously, we have Super Smash. Or I'm sorry, we have it's Tuesday. I'm sorry, I'm losing my mind. We actually have Rocket League tomorrow. So Rocket League going to be coming to you on Wednesday. We definitely love that game as well. Here, be sure to stick around. Of course, we're going to have more action for you coming week after week as we have many different games going on. So everybody, hope you have a wonderful rest of your night. Thank you so much for joining us here at ECAC. Have a good one.
Ain't accept and ignore, just kicking down all the doors. Guarantee you, boy, if I ask for it, it's gotta be real big. I gotta make it just for my kids and for their kids, just kids. That's wealth years and years. Promise my brother soon as he out to finish this bid, we finna do it bigger than anybody ever did. The odds is real big, jobs that's real big. Satan trying a little, my God is real big. Stayed up on the grind on the cars is real big. I gotta do it big, the only way that I can live.
Are you the one others rally around? Inspire soldiers to follow your lead. Want to forge a better future? Start with the structures that support tomorrow's missions. You believe the best offense is a good defense. We've got a great way to prove that theory. Explore more than 200 careers at GoArmy.com.
Hey man, I just can't find a comfortable headset. I mean, I've tried everything. Literally everything.
Sheesh, my brother. I got you.
The HyperX Cloud 2 Wireless. Legendary comfort goes wireless.
That is comfortable.
Are you the one others rally around? Inspire soldiers to follow your lead. Explore more than 200 careers at GoArmy.com.
We all got a thing that gets us out of bed or keeps us out of it. The thing we live to do, that we do for nothing at all. But don't do it for nothing. Take it to where it means everything. Becoming a leader is a choice. So if you want to learn to make big decisions, start with this one. Decide to lead.
What sound experience would you like today?
I'll have the fantasy pack.
Good choice.
And could you make it a Cloud 2 wireless?
On his way, sir.
Sounds amazing.
The HyperX Cloud 2 Wireless. Legendary comfort goes wireless.
Skip entry level. Decide to lead as an Army officer.
What will you like today? Another Cloud 2 classic?
I'll stick with the usual. Maybe take a little bit off the sides.
Oh, that's fresh.
The HyperX Cloud 2 Wireless. Legendary comfort goes wireless.
Hey, watch your head.
You think knowledge is a powerful weapon? Here, you'll have plenty of ammo. Look to science to solve problems? Wield a microscope to confront global threats. You sometimes dream in code? Become a cyber attacker's worst nightmare. Explore more than 200 careers at GoArmy.com.
What do you expect from that first job out of college? Working your way up from the bottom? Instead, how does this sound? Starting in a guaranteed leadership position with people who look to you for guidance because you're trained to give it and make important decisions in critical situations. Skip entry level. Decide to lead as an Army officer. Becoming a leader is a choice not everyone wants to make. Because all eyes are on you. Calling the shots. Inspiring others to follow. In any environment. At any scale. It's not for everyone. But if you want to learn to make big decisions, start with this one. Decide to lead as an Army officer.